Let me teach you how to make some carousels. Carousels are these swipeable posts on Instagram. They're called carousel because kind of like a carousel, they go round and round, except not really, so I don't really know why they're called that. But either way, that's what carousels are. I'm sure if you spend some time on Instagram, you've already seen them. And today I'm going to show you how to make your own. There are two main ways to make carousels. One of them doesn't require anything besides photos and your phone with the Instagram app installed on it. And the other one requires a third-party app. I'm going to be using Canva. But let's first talk about some carousel basics. So a carousel post is a post that allows you to use up to 20 images or graphics. The main difference between an image post and a carousel post is that when you add music to a carousel, it will actually appear in the Reels tab. We like this very much because it means that more people are able to see our carousel. The size I recommend using for carousels is 1080 by 1350 because it's what most people are using these days, and there's a good reason for it, and the reason is that it simply just takes up more of the screen, so the people scrolling on Instagram are more likely to stop when seeing your post. So let me now show you how to make a Instagram carousel in your phone. So what you're gonna need for this is your pictures. You need to know how many slides you want in your carousel beforehand, so I recommend planning that out before you actually start making the carousel. Please start creating the carousel. You're gonna click on the plus button, and this is the page we want to stay on, the post page. Then you're just gonna find your pictures and select the pictures you want to use. A little tip here, if you want the carousel to have the same pictures on each of the slides, you're gonna need the exact amount of photos in your camera roll. Unfortunately, Instagram doesn't let you select the same photo more than once for a carousel, so in this case, I've got 6 photos here that are the exact same photos because I want to make a carousel that has 6 slides. So after you locate the photos that you want in your carousel, important thing here, you're gonna click on the little square icon here and the numbers are gonna appear, and you're gonna select your photos. The order that you're gonna select the photos in is gonna be the order that your carousel is gonna be in. You can also reorder them on the next screen, so you would just press and hold and reorder the photos, like so. First of all, benefits and disadvantages of making a carousel in the Instagram app. The good thing is that, like I mentioned, you don't need any third-party apps. Another good thing is that it might have some SEO benefits. I'm not actually sure about this, but it's possible that the Instagram text you put on your carousels is actually readable by Instagram, which means that it gives Instagram more information about your posts so that they can categorize it better and show it to the right people. On the other hand, if you just upload the carousel done from Canva with text already embedded in the PNG, it doesn't have the same kind of information. What I don't like about creating a carousel in this way is that you don't have that much control over the editing, especially when it comes to text. Let me show you what I mean. So to start adding text, we're just gonna click on the letters over here and the text option is gonna pop up. We're gonna select the font that we want. I like using this one. And we're just gonna start typing our title. So as you can see, we're using a hook that's gonna encourage people to scroll on the carousel. You can make the text fit on one line or multiple lines by using this slider over here. You can also align it to left, right, or center. You can select whether you want it to have a background or not. And you can also select the color. Then by using 2 fingers, you can either make it smaller or bigger, you can rotate it, and then you can also move it wherever you want it to be on the screen. So let's say we want it here. To add some interest to it, we're also gonna add some emojis. So we're just gonna click on the text icon again and add a eye emoji, and then make it a little bit bigger and place it right over here. After you're done with editing your carousel slide, then you just click on done and we can move on to the next one. I don't know why it made it the second one, but it doesn't matter. We can just press and reorder them like I showed you at the beginning. Let's now move on to editing the second carousel slide. So you would just slide over, click on the carousel slide, or click on the text icon and do the same thing again. So let me just pretend pretend that I'm adding some text here. And this is what I mean about the editing being annoying and a little bit constrictive. So you can't really align the text boxes to the same length besides using your eyes. And you also can't determine if the text on this slide is the same size as on the previous slide and vice versa. So you kind of have to eyeball it, and it might not all look exactly the same, unfortunately. But that's essentially how you add text to a carousel. Then if we click on next, you can also add some music. Like I said, I recommend doing this because it means that it's going to appear in the Reels tab, therefore more people are likely to see our carousel. So just add our music and click on done. Then you would do the usual, add your caption, hashtags, and then share your post or save it for later or save the drafts. Just like with any post, you can decide to schedule it for later, or if you don't want to schedule it, you can save it as a draft. The way that you would do that is by going back and going back again, and then it's gonna ask you if you wanna save it as draft. So we would just click on that. And if you want to access your draft, then you would just go the same way, click on the plus button, go to post, and then click on drafts, and you'll see the draft that we have just created. So that's the first way to create carousels, and let me now move you to my computer and show you how to make carousels in Canva. So I've opened up Canva and I have the size proportions of a 4:5 Instagram carousel, 1080 times 1350 like I told you. If you don't know how to get to this stage, you would just click on File, Create New Design, and then here you would type out Instagram post, and it's the 4:5 one. So you would just click on that and it would give you the exact same screen. So the way I usually create my carousels is I just start with the background, and I use this background color for my carousel. So I'm quickly just gonna duplicate this a couple of times. Let's say 5 slides, that's enough. So let's just create a really basic carousel. I'm gonna press on T to get some text in here and just make sure that we like the way it looks. Now, a little pro tip here. Remember how I told you to add emojis to make it interesting? The thing is, if you try to add emojis in Canva, the way that you would normally do that is by text. The shortcut on Mac is Command-Control-Space, and we would select the emoji that we want. But unfortunately, when you export images from Canva with emojis, it makes the emojis look weird, and I want them to look the way that they look right here, right now. So the way to go around that is to paste an emoji as an image, and I'm gonna show you how to do that right now. So the way I do this is by going to emojipedia.org and then just searching for the emoji that you want. Smiling face with sunglasses. Then you would click on the emoji that you want, go to emoji designs, and then right click, click on copy image, and then you would just paste it to Canva. As you can see, they look exactly the same, but this one is text and this one is an image. So this one is actually the one that's gonna look the exact same way when we export it. You'll see. You'll all see. One thing that I like to do when it comes to Instagram carousels is to make sure that my cover page is in alignment, because your Instagram grid on your profile is only going to show a square cutout of your carousels or your posts in general. So what I like to do to make sure that my text and graphics and everything is always within the limits is I just click on R to add a rectangle. It doesn't matter what color it is. Then I just align it with one of the edges. Click on Shift to make sure that it's the same size, and then stretch it to the size of the canvas. Then I click on Position and align it to middle. Next thing I do is I take my rulers here. If you can't see rulers, you just go to File, Settings, Show Rulers and Guides. As you can see, we can't see them now, so let's put them back in, or you can also do Shift R. And I just click and drag to the edges of the square that I have created. After I've done that, I delete it, and you can see that we have the guides here at the top and bottom of the page. This way, if you have like an image heavy or a text heavy first page, then you'll know that it's always going to be within limits and none of the text or imagery is going to be cut off. So I always recommend checking it this way. Unfortunately, this is another thing that you can't do when you're creating carousels in the Instagram app. So that's one reason to create carousels in Canva. Then you would just create your carousel as normal. I'm just gonna really quickly copy and paste the text. One more thing you can add to your carousels is a little URL or the name of your account if you would like. What you would do is just create a rectangle and put it to the bottom of your post. I actually recommend making it a little bit smaller than the guide just because you want to make sure it doesn't show on the square cutout, just in case. And then you would again just add text, align it to center, and here we go. Another cool thing that makes your carousel stand out a little bit is adding video slides. What I mean by that is literally just adding a slide where one of them is a video. So let me just show you that here really quickly. Let's select something fun here. You know what? I'm gonna add a GIF because GIFs are always fun. Cute. Now, normally if we had only a image carousel, we would export it by clicking on share and then download and select PNG. But since one of the slides here is a video slide, then we can't do that. We actually have to export the video slide as a MP4. So first things first, let's just export the static slides. So we're gonna deselect slide number 6 here because that's the video one. We're gonna export it in PNG because this is a pretty complex graphic. And we're gonna click on download. And then with the video slide, we're gonna click on share, download, select only the video slide, so page number 6 in this case, and then change the file type to MP4 video. Then we would download that, and going to our Finder, we'll see that we've got a zip file with the PNGs, so we're gonna unzip that real quick. This is all our static files, and this is our video file. Work it, baby. The next step here is getting your files from your computer over to your phone. I have a MacBook and an iPhone, so I just airdrop everything. Right click, share, and then airdrop. Then we are gonna do the same thing to our Instagram video. If you don't have the Apple ecosystem, you can just use a cable to transfer your files from your computer to your phone, or you can also use a Google Drive, which is a pretty good alternative. Let's now look at how to actually share this carousel. So to share your video carousel, you're gonna follow the exact same process. Click on the little square icon and then select your items just like before and click on next. And now if we scroll to the last page, you'll see that it's actually animated and it's a video. This is also what I meant about the emojis not exporting the way that they look in Canva. So the one on the left is the one we edited as text. One on the right is the one that we pasted from Emojipedia as an image. So that's just a pro tip for you. And that's all I have to teach you about Instagram carousels. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments down below. If anything was unclear, I will do my best to clarify things for you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you here for my next video. Bye!